can work better than us? Tell me, I don't know. What's the answer? Who can flow better on a beat?
Yes, people.
It's Mr. Has.
Well, listen, bruv. That's my job. That's my job. Listen. Oh, you've done it anyway. Look, welcome to the Respect Podcast, Nice edition. And basically, over the course of this podcast, we're just going to be talking about our experience here, how it's been coming out here to shoot the music video for State of Mind, which is already out on all platforms. You can tell my voice. It's on its way out, but
it's been worked out.
Listen, it's a state of mind, isn't it? So, also, first of all, let's just introduce ourselves. So, I'm Mr. Has. Obviously, if you're watching this podcast on this channel, you know who I am. Independent artist, reactor, and producer.
I'm Tanner Ox, independent artist from America. I've been working with Mr. Has and some of these guys for quite some time, some years now. Finally able to link up in France for the music video, State of Mind. So let's get it.
Okay, Wills. I'm also from Oxford, like Mr. Has and Joe. I've been working with these guys for about a year now. And I've also come to Nice, obviously, to shoot the State of Mind music video.
Yeah, I'm Jackson Top, UK rap artist. Been working with Mr. Has and the others for probably about a year and a half now. Come from Essex to Nice to film the music video.
Nice one. Yeah, an orthodox fella, or Joe, as Carl put. Come out here, looking forward to getting the video and everything done, and we've achieved that, and that's the main thing. Independent rap artists, as all of us are, but a collective as well. So yeah.
There you go. All right, cool. So, whilst we were talking about doing a podcast, I was thinking, what do the people, the wonderful, amazing people who support and watch the stuff that we do, what do they want to know? What would really interest them? And I think being completely real with them from the beginning to this process right now, and I think Joe, an orthodox fellow, we start with the kick-off of the entire trip and how we had to, or should I say you had to, face perseverance from the get-go, and we had to face adapting.
How I had to fit to the mold, as to put it. I
guess, that's it.
It was an up and down. It was an up and down story. It was an up story because I woke up at your house, stayed over with Carl there. Oh no, sorry, you come in the morning, didn't you? Yeah. But Carl was there. We're all there. What, 4 o'clock in the morning was it? About 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Got to the bus station. Got on our bus, 4:20. Turned up at the airport, and lo and behold, since COVID Brexit, stuff I didn't know about, you had to have basically a 3-month minimum on your passport. Again, maybe I should have, I could have done a little bit of research, but this was something I hadn't flown before COVID Brexit kicked in, all of this stuff, so I didn't know. And it turns out that you need 3 months on your passport to be able to fly to France, 6 months for pretty much every other European country out there. I don't know about America, I don't know about all of these other places, but yeah, I had 2 months left on my passport. So inevitably I wasn't able to fly. So got to the airport, 5:30 in the morning, told I'm not able to fly. It was a shock, not gonna lie, but yeah, that happened. And I had to let these two fly off to Nice, go and enjoy their week. And I had to turn around, I had to do a V-turn, I had to go home.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question though on that. So you ultimately are here. You're ultimately here, right? And I
think so.
I think a large amount of people out there may have taken that as a defeat.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Of course not.
You say course not, but like I said, a large amount of people would have taken that as a defeat and said maybe next time I'll join you. So why, if you don't mind me asking, why did you decide to push on and have that mind state of I'm going to come out anyway and I'm going to make it happen? Like what was the motivation for you?
Because the truth and the reality is nobody ever gets anywhere just allowing things to stop them. You've got to push through, you've got to make sure that whatever you want to achieve is achieved, however you've got to do it. whether I come out here for the whole week or whether I come out here for one day to film the video, whether I managed to come out on the Wednesday, for example, which I didn't. It was the Friday. You know, I come here last night. We went out to film this afternoon. We've got it done. But it's just, look, at the end of the day, we came out to film a video with a song called State of Mind, and it is a state of mind. It's you know, nothing is able to stop me. Nothing's able to stop the people I'm with. You know, I feel like all four of them, as well as myself, wouldn't have allowed this to be stopped. You know, we put too much into this. Simple. We put too much into this. We put too much planning. We put too much and there's too much drive behind the lot of us to allow it to stop. And I think it was also the knowing that you lot would have done exactly the same, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
I couldn't just give up.
100%.
You know, it did cost me a lot more money than expected. You know, it has taken a lot more time than expected. It has been a lot going on of constant refreshing, trying to get that passport, trying to get, you know, an appointment for my passport, to get myself a new passport, then having to rebook the flight 2 times, not just once, twice. I had to rebook the flight.
But you made it happen ultimately.
It happened.
You made it happen ultimately.
I got here, 8, 9 o'clock last night?
Yeah, I think I just want to ask Jax and Carl, because I want to ask you something in a second, Tanner. Jax and Carl, obviously you were both here, you know, along with me and Tanner whilst Joe wasn't here. But I want to ask you a different question. So I want to ask you two, like, how did you find the adjusting to Joe not being here as planned, and the go ahead that we had to kind of learn, we had to adapt in that situation?
Yeah, I think to be like, it was hard adjusting all the shots, and obviously it would have been better for everyone if Joe was here for all of the shots, all the filler, and we had the whole week to do it. But to be fair, so it's Saturday now, we've gone out this morning, we've got all of Joe's shots, we've got enough filler, now we've all got the same amount, and I think we've adapted incredibly well to make it fair for everyone, to get everyone those 6 shots, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Lots of walk-in.
Hella walking, too much walking. That's been the hardest part. I could have done Joe's thing twice over, it's the walking.
Yeah.
Just before you do go any further, I just want to put this out there that me and Paz have been here, you know, Denise, many a time. And in my personal opinion, I don't know if Paz shares completely the same opinion, but in my personal opinion, trying to get anywhere at the moment, we're here in Carnival Week, trying to get anywhere at the moment is half an hour, 45 minutes extra.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
Walking, you can't get a taxi anywhere, you can't, you know, the tram's completely cut off half the day, like.
Yeah.
100%.
Carl, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, to be honest, there was that much. We didn't have to adjust that much really, because we still came and just continued to do what we was gonna do, innit?
Yeah.
Like, we knew Joe was coming on Friday, so we saved him the spot that he wanted to do his chorus. Yeah, we stayed focused. Got everything done that we needed to do. And then we didn't just wait for Joe to come and lay his part and, you know, get him in some shots. And so we still managed to get everything done.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with Joe's short amount of time here, which is 1 day,
we
still managed to get everything.
Well, it's about adapting, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about adapting to the situation.
Exactly.
I do just want to ask one thing. Like on Monday though, what was the feeling between you two when you know you found out I wasn't able to come? Because I know as soon as I turned around and looked at Carl and told him my passport ain't working, I could see in his face it was like, nah, man, don't come on.
Yeah, I was very disappointed and felt bad for you because I've been in the exact same position. I missed my flight to Nice.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Not this time.
Yeah, mine wasn't a week. Mine I think was 3 or 4 days, and I could have caught a flight the next day.
Yeah.
But I decided not to
Yeah.
because I was so pissed.
Yeah.
So you did really good to come out for a day. So I really appreciate that.
But of course, that was a different situation. That wasn't
Different
to come out
situation.
and
No, it wasn't
film
to do with
that was a
music.
holiday,
No.
You know, and, it was,
Exactly.
and this is the drive that we're talking about. You know, end of the day, when they, you know, when you got that motivation,
Yeah. For me, my answer to that is this. First of all, so you're my cousin. We grew up together. I said from the get go, I wanted you to be here, you know? So two things happened in my mind. The first thing was, because we're family, you know, I was like, I felt bad, you know, that was the first thing. But the second thing was, it would be a disservice to you to not push on and make this happen. Even not knowing if you're coming back.
No, for real, of course.
And it would be a disservice to you and everybody else, which is leading to my next question with Tanner, if we didn't carry on and push on, you know? And then you persevered with that same drive and energy of it's going to happen over in the UK. Sorry about squeaky voice, I'm Mickey Mouse over here.
Your voice has been yo-yo in the last couple of days.
100%, but Tanner is over here, buzzing, yeah, ready for his next question. Are you ready?
Yes, hit me.
All right.
Anything.
So Tanner,
Yes.
you've come here from the US, you've come the furthest way.
Spend the
You've
most money.
overcome a fear which you can speak on. Spent the most money, and how has it been? How has it been for you? You know, how was the getting here?
Exactly. That's a great question. Well, I'll start by saying this. Yeah, I'm have a fear of flying. I won't get into why, all that, but if you know me, you know I can barely fly 2 hours and I'll be shitting my pants. So I had to get myself in the mind state to take a 10-hour flight. It started with, there's a really nice guy in the airport I was at in Seattle, and we were chatting for a bit, and then he started telling me about turbulence and plane crashes, and I'm like, oh hell no, here we go, before I even get started on the plane. So it was a little rocky start, but I made it. Got on the plane, ate some good food, had a few drinks, touched down in Paris, and I missed my connecting flight. But again, like Joe, he's been through a lot more than just missing a connected flight, but that wasn't gonna stop me. You know, I was telling Haz and Carl a little bit when I got here, like I'm almost kind of glad I missed my connecting flight, because I was sweating my balls, I was mad, I was tired. So if I got here when they got here at the same time, I don't think my energy would have been the same. I think it would have been disappointing for myself and them. So I got to sit in the airport in Paris for 2 hours, cool down. There's a little smoking section. I went and smoked for a second, came back out, and my mindset was good to go. Touchdown here, and linked up with Carl and Haz first. They were already here, and then Jackson, Sid showed up a little bit later, and then Joe, like he said, showed up yesterday. So it's been amazing. It's been a journey, and yeah, I'm just excited that we're all able to make it here. And even though I did have the longest flight, like I do it again and again and again and again. If it means what we got done here, hands down, I'd do it again and again.
100%. 100%. Yeah, it's been incredible, you know. It's been a great trip with ups and downs, battles faced, but ultimately battles overcame.
Yes.
You know.
100%. 100%.
I think it's mainly a case, innit, of limitations. There's no limitations. You know, you going with your flying, you know, the fact that you're scared, you have a fear of flying, but that didn't stop you. Me, not being able to come here on Monday, getting out here for Friday,
FOMO.
running around, making sure, refresh, like I say, I constantly keep talking about this refresh, but I don't think you understand. I was probably tuned into that computer for the best part of 2.5 days, maybe 10 to 11 hours over those 2.5 days. Refresh, looking for the first option, looking for the first opportunity to get that, you know, to get that passport filled out.
Yeah.
Once I'd filled out the application, arranged it for Friday, I knew there was nothing, again, going to stop me. But even before I'd got to that passport, and nothing was going to stop me until it got to Sunday, 12 o'clock on Sunday, so, you know, realistically Saturday, and nothing was going to actually happen. Nothing could literally happen, because everybody is we're all going back on Sunday. That was, you know, until the fact that these things, that was it.
Yeah.
You know, that was the motivation, and that was the mind state for me.
Exactly. So let me ask each of you, what was your heights? I'll start with Tanner, and because you've been here for a day, and then I'll ask you. Tanner, what was your height of the trip?
I had a couple. It's hard to just say one time was the height. So it started when I first got here, and I seen Carl and Haz on the balcony out here, you know, and it really sunk in. Like, I haven't seen any of these guys in person. I've been working with Haz for quite some time, so to see him in person, we've been communicating on Zoom calls, Instagram, like we make shit happen and we get it done. But it's just everybody knows it's a different feeling in person. You can text, talk, video call, whatever you want, but in person it's just different. So when I seen Mr. Haz in person and I could physically go up to him and say, "What's up, man?" and not just say the respects over the camera, that was one of the highlights of it. Not just Mr. Haz, but everybody, seeing everybody, the work we've all put in, not just to this music video and this song, but to our craft in general. Should be able to meet people that are inspiring. You know, it's inspiring to meet these kind of people. And that is one of the highlights. I started right when I got here. The other highlight this is gonna sound crazy, because I know how much walking we've actually done, but I loved exploring. That was another one of the highlights. When we were walking around to the shops, we went to a lot of different good food places that, you know, I've never tried some of the food over here, so it was nice to try that. I tried calamari and frog legs for the first time. So that was...
The frog's legs were intimidating.
They were intimidating. I thought at one second they were going to jump up and start running away from me. But we did it. And, you know, that's the highlights for me, is seeing everybody here in person and how hard we've worked at our craft to get here, and then just exploring. Because I've never been to Nice. I know some of you guys have probably been here at least once or a couple of times before. It's my first time even out of the States. So it was amazing to travel around, see the scenery, the architecture, just the different culture here. So those are my highlights for this trip, and I've loved it. Loved every second of it, but those are just the two that sticks out main for me.
Yeah, love that. Exactly. Kyle, highlight.
I'm just going to put this in order as well. I'd probably say having everybody here at the same time, like, because it's just like, wow, like, you know, Tanner's from USA, Jackson Top is from Essex, London, we're from Oxford, and it's just like, you know, we made the track, got the stems to, has, you know, mixed it down and everything, and then we all caught a flight, and then we all touched down in Nice, and everybody's together, and it was just like, wow, it's really happening now, you know what I'm saying?
100.
So that was definitely one of the highlights, and the other highlight would probably be, you know, doing the music video and the little snippets from other tracks, you know, while we're being all together and exploring at the same time, you know, maybe stopping off at this shop to experience a little bit of the food that Nice has to offer, and then getting straight back onto the music video, you know?
Yeah.
Doing fillers, going to different locations, and yeah, just waiting for you now just to put it together, and I'm looking forward to it.
100%, I can't wait.
If I can interrupt real quick, I do want to say the teamwork is another highlight. I forgot that, the teamwork. I'll keep it short and sweet, but the fact that everybody here is willing to help each other out with certain, you know, I want a picture here. Can you help me out with the reel for here? And like Carl said, we did a couple, you know, of other snippets for our tracks, other tracks on State of Mind. So the teamwork was amazing. Everybody was putting in everything they can. So I just wanted to say that before we moved on. The teamwork was amazing.
Absolutely. Jax, what was your highlights?
You know what? As Carl was speaking, he said the first one. I was like, "Damn, that was my one." Then he said the second one, and I was like, "Damn, that was also my second one." Yeah, just to follow up on it, it's so sick to see, like, to live in this place for, you know, a week for you guys, and obviously, Joe, you're going to be here for a couple nights as well. It's nice to share like a living quarters with someone, because you get to see that other side to them, don't you? As opposed to just a scheduled scheduled video call or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see it. And now I know Tanner a lot more, I know Joe a lot more, I know Carl a lot more, and Haz, you and I already know each other a lot, but I know you more as well. And so yeah, that was a highlight. And the second one for me would be the video we filmed today. It felt like a proper unit, a proper team, you know, whereas I'm not saying it hadn't previously, but now that Joe's here, it felt like the full picture was there.
Collaborative unit.
Exactly, yeah. We were all helping each other. It was nice to get everyone in the same place. It was just, today felt like a very, like the full the full puzzle of this whole trip. You know, it felt like the final piece for me.
Yeah,
100%.
walking too.
I really
Fucking
love that.
hella walking, but
Yeah,
I
probably
really
a
love
couple
it.
miles walking, but it was worth it.
I'll answer, and then you, yeah.
Go for it, yeah.
So, I'm gonna give an answer. It's gonna have a bit of a backstory to it, but I think for me, right, not taking what everyone else has said and just because you've all mastered, you've all given wonderful answers. I think for me personally, this trip as a whole, it stemmed from a thought. It stemmed from a thought, and the thought was it was a reality check to myself, which was, yes, you've got so and so followers, yes, you've got so and so views, yes, you're making the independent stuff work, but you're doing it all from your house, and I had a reality check of that's not the actual dream here, is it? The dream is not to be an Einstein in a laboratory and never actually leave the lab. And to see it all coming together, right? To see it all coming together, to see Tanner coming all the way from the United States, to have my day one brother from like youth alongside me.
From birth, bro.
From birth, yeah.
God, there's 2 weeks between us.
Alongside me is amazing as well.
For real.
Jack's on top, you already know. We're making this drill EP. We've been working together for, like you said, about a year and a half. It's been amazing having you here. You're a good brother of mine as well as a musician. And Carl, I've told you a million times, I'll tell you again and again and again. We met from me going to the gym and you working there. And now look, we're in Nice making music like Dying Breath. Yeah, like Headline with the brackets on the line, and I feel like it's gone from the lab and it's taking what was made in the lab and putting it into the real world.
Really embodying it.
It's deep.
And sometimes I think what I'm trying to say for everybody listening or watching is don't beat yourself up with those thoughts of reality checking yourself. Use them as motivation.
Absolutely.
Use them. Don't hate them. They're there to help you. That's my I just wanted to give that answer because that's a revelation I've had out here,
I love that.
Unorthodox anyway. That was a bit deep.
No,
Unorthodox.
it's good.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
I think, I know the main highlights for me, because there's been a lot of highlights and I've only been here since last night. But the thing for me is that it's not just about last night and it's not just about Monday when I couldn't get here and all of this, it's before that. I think the biggest highlight for me is the fact of everybody congregating together online, having various Zoom calls or Instagram calls or whatever, the constant communication between us all, the constant drive, push, the want to do this, but not just say that we want to do it, as Tanner said, I think first sending the stems over. Carl said sending the stems over, getting it all put together, and then not only putting a song together and just being like, right, cool, let's put that out. Let's put that out as a single or whatever. It's then what do we do with this? Okay, let's arrange something for it. Right, we want to make a music video for it. Okay, cool. Where are we going to do the music video? How are we going to do the music video? Right, Tanner's from America. We're from the UK. Why don't we link up somewhere none of us are from? All right, let's go France. France was something that was available to us at the time.
Yeah.
It was made available, but it made sense as well. And I think it's just that big team movement and the motivation of everybody talking to each other constantly. Just everything about it just added up, like Jack said, with every piece of the jigsaw has fitted together. And then, like you say, again going off of what Jack said, because this is kind of where I was going with it. Carl's nicking his, I'm nicking it, you know what I mean? But no, but it is, it's like that final, you put it really well in the sense of it is, like filming that video, getting my part of the video done today, the fact that you lot had, whilst I was in the UK, in Oxford, getting all your solo parts done, getting your certain, whatever you know, people in the background. Yes, it would have been nice if I could have been in the background or something, but look, this is the way it works. We don't just give up. You know, we work to it. We work around it. If you can't do one thing, it doesn't mean you can't do anything. You know, you just work with it. And having my last part put into the video today has really put that last piece of the jigsaw together. And it's just now it ends us up here talking about it because we've done it. And that's the biggest message to come from this: is nothing can stop you. The only limitation is yourself. If you're willing to let yourself stop at something, it's not going to happen, is it?
Exactly. And I believe there's somebody who just won't like shut up about something about like no excuses or something like that, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't know who that was, man.
For real. But then it also goes back, in my personal story, it goes back that far. Yeah. And this is what me and you were talking about last night.
Yeah.
End of the day, I took a little hiatus from music. I say a little, 3-4 years. I was writing constantly. I was having ideas, but I wasn't putting it into practice. I wasn't going to the recording, and I became that person who allowed myself to limit myself and allowed myself to think, you know, it's not going to happen. Yeah. And then lo and behold, Has sat me down, said to me like, where you gone, you know? And then probably about a year later, just under a year later, where are we now? We're in Nice, filming a music video that is going to absolutely bang.
Well, on that note though, that's all about give and take, because you are the reason that I got into music. You know, you brought me to the studio at about 15 years old. When we were both 15, you know, studio, and we recorded a remix there every time we touched with 2 other Oxford artists.
Classic.
And so I think that also branches out to the team that we're now sat with and the unit that we have built. It's been amazing. You know, everybody's different qualities and everybody's been you know amazing to live with in that respect. You know, like. It's been amazing, you know. It's been amazing.
I very much agree with what Jack said about the living in the same place as each other, because highs and lows, we've worked each other out a lot more, and we've understood each other a lot more. You two have had your things. Me and Jax last night sat there. You know, me and Jax, the only times that I've seen Jax before this holiday was a couple of times at like certain shows and that. We spoke online, you know, all of this sort of stuff. Yeah. But like we managed to, you know, we sat there for a good hour and a half last night, maybe 2 hours. Talking, and I really feel like I know him a lot more now, innit?
Yeah.
I really feel like it's only been positive. It's only been positive.
Well, we know that the news is a very popular channel because of the negative stuff that comes from it. So let's talk about the lows.
Yeah, I just want to put this out there also. Me and Tanner have also had our time to talk and that, and I've managed to get to know him a lot better and stuff, you know. But
absolutely.
The lows. Who wants to start?
The low.
I imagine
everyone knows my low. Everyone knows my low.
The passport situation.
It's the passport situation. It's the fact that I couldn't be here from Monday. I would have loved to have been here from Monday. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it wasn't, you know. I have this mentality that I've always had in life, especially in the last lot of years, but I've always had this mentality is that things really do happen for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that I wasn't here allowed me to spend more time with my children at home.
Yeah.
The fact that I wasn't here allowed me to catch up with my dad over a beer and actually, you know, find things out about him that I never knew. It allowed me to sort of things out that were going on at home, which I wouldn't have been able to sort out if I'd come out in this week. So things have been, you know,
I like that.
the positives again.
Let's not call them lows then, let's call them hits.
Yeah,
because the hit can help you grow.
I feel like, you know, we had the show lined up. Mr. Has did incredibly well.
True. That's something that's not been brought up yet. Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, Mr. Has did incredibly well to find us an opportunity to perform live at a bar in Nice. I think it was called Wayne's Bar. We then get a call or a text, a day or two before the show's due to happen, saying, I'm really sorry, we had to cancel it due to, I think it was a hygiene check, and they're worried about us not being on the books, whatever. So that was a low for the group because we were all looking forward to it. Joe was still in the UK at this point.
Yeah.
Hasn't told him that we had the show lined up. Everyone was buzzing.
We had attended the next day.
Well, it was meant to be tonight.
Yeah,
It was meant to be
but
tonight.
we had attended an early morning meeting
Yeah.
to hand over the memory card and
Yeah.
with the track list on it. Hungover, bearing in mind all
After the
that
first
stuff
night of
of
drunken
controversy.
debacleness.
You know, Jax, I'm glad you spoke on that.
Yeah,
I
because
as well.
because
Thank you.
that was okay. That was a challenge. I didn't want to even message you
Mm-hmm.
because I'd called you excited.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and now I have to let you know that it's not happening.
Build me up to let me down. Like that
Yeah.
is, and I know that's what you wanted. Inevitably, you'd like to avoid.
Can I say
so
something real
why-
quick? Before he gets to any more, we didn't come here with any performances lined up. Our goal was the music video and to grind on that. And we were going to go out and network, and Mr. Has and all of us, but Mr. Has is the front runner, did an amazing job at networking, talking to people. We went to several different locations to try, more than several. We went to a bunch to try to get one. So it's not like we're disappointed because we've had this set up for months and then it fell through. But you know, it's something we worked really hard to do, and it was exciting. But yeah, I just wanted to say that you know, it's something we networked for. It's not
100%.
something, you know.
So I'm going to end this on a more positive note, really. I'm going to ask everybody what they want their message to be from Mind State. What do you want the audience to take from the track? And I'm going to start with an orthodox fella.
Okay. Well, simple. I kind of feel like I'm basically going to share the same as everybody else here. But it is the only limitation. Well, I was about to say there's no limitations. The only limitation in life is yourself. And if you're willing to stop yourself from doing something, then you can't blame anybody else except yourself. But you can make it happen. Anybody can make it happen. But it takes that work rate, and it takes the commitment, and it takes persistence. If you ain't got those 3 key stats, then I'm not going to sit here and say you're never going to make it. But it's going to be a lot harder for you because, you know.
Facts.
Yeah, I feel
I
like.
don't think I need to say much more.
No, I think you've hit it on the head. Jax, what do you want your message to be? How do you want the audience to take your message?
Do you mean the message from my verse or just in general?
Well, both. Give us both.
I think, to be fair, I think they're both the same answer, to be fair. I think it's going to be very cliche and very much about what the whole song is about. It's literally a mind state that separates you from what you are now to what you could be. And your potential is only capped by, as Joe said, by yourself. If you, you and I had that conversation as well about the way you word things. If you say, oh, I'll try to do this. No, I'm going to do this, you know? You can't limit yourself in that respect. So
Yeah.
I guess with my verse, I wanted to say, look, my old life was boring, it was shit, it was holding me back. Now, from here on, just watch me go, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Wills?
I would say kind of, you know, just no matter what life throws at you, just keep pushing forward. You know, like I said in Mind State, you know, London, Bristol, Nice and France, that's all the places that well, apart from Nice, but we were going to perform there as well. Yeah, just keep pushing forward and, you know, have faith that you can do anything that you want to do. As long as you have the mind state and you believe in yourself, then you can, the world is your oyster, as they would say.
100.
Let me just jump in there real quick. That bit you said about London, Bristol, Nice and France, you may not perform there, but it's where your music has taken you so far.
It's like
There you
the
go.
journey, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
There you go. And Tana, what's your message?
Mine is, as you know, I come from America, which is, you know, several long hours, you know, almost half a day away from here. But that's, you know, my message is, as well, I'm not going to be, you know, say the same thing as Jax, but it is a state of mind. And for me, it was overcoming that fear of getting on a flight, having the opportunity and just imagining what it would be like being here with not just Haz, not just Carl, not just Jax, not just Joe, but everybody and everything, you know. I feel like people sometimes get caught up in, you know, self-doubt or questioning themselves in whatever aspect it is. And for me, my message is just no matter the distance, no matter the time, no matter the effort that it's going to take, put in your all, and like everybody's been saying, look where we're at now. So everybody who thought me and Haz were never gonna meet up, but see us making music for 2 years, look where we're at now. And not only Haz, I've made music with Jax, I've made music with Unorthodox, I made music with Carl, besides this track that we came here to record. So that's my message, is essentially don't put limitations, overcome your fears, and it doesn't matter what the odds are. If you tell yourself you're gonna beat the odds, you're gonna beat the odds. And keep going.
Absolutely. Good. Yeah, my message is along the lines of what everyone else has said. I think ultimately mind state is a further and more in-depth dialogue of no excuses. No excuses is one of the mind states to have. The other mind state could even be every single answer you've just heard here. I think ultimately my message is, I'm back on the case, like I'm cracking the code, and that's what it is. It's working out what the next move is. It's working out how to take that next step, but it's not accepting that you can't get to that next step. There's a difference. It's working out, you'll get to that next step. The question is, how? Not, I won't get to that next step, because then, no, you won't. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, I love it.
I just want to say thank you to my brothers, these amazing, talented artists we have here. Thank you to Sid for coming along. She had a huge part to play in shooting the shots and filming some of the documentary.
And Team Morale,
Team Morale. I just wanted to say thank you to you lot. I just wanted to also say thank you to God, for me personally, for everything really. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I'm just give a quick shout out to Dave, because if it weren't for Dave, I wouldn't be here. Put it that way.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, Dave. Man.
Cheers, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah,
there you go. So, Mind State, the official music video will be out reasonably soon. The track is out on all platforms. I'm going to put everybody's Instagram handles in the description box. Go and follow, hit us up, message us, man, talk to us, let us know what you think. Do you know what I mean? Get to know us. We're not monsters, we're humans, we're here, we're willing to conversate with the audience, Make sure you...
I just said 100%, sorry bro.
Yeah, no problem. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, obviously, yeah? And even though me and Tana fell out, he's still my brother, so watch out, bruv. Alright? Don't mess with this guy or any of these guys.
And I think the end message, the last message we want to send, it's one word, and it's something that Haz knows very well. I believe so. What begins with an R, my man?
What's that word?
Come on,
What's
come
that
on,
word?
come
What's
on,
that? What's
come
that?
on, come
Oh,
on.
I can feel it loading up. Respect.
Boy.
Who can work better than us? Tell me, I don't know. What's the answer? Who can flow better on a beat?